Welcome to the NXT Podcast, your home for weekly NXT reviews and insight.
The beautiful part of NXT is that when one dream ends, another dream begins.
Find all of your NXT news, recaps, and analysis right here. So with that being said, we only have one question for you.
Are you ready?
We thought so. Let's get the show started right now.
All right, everyone. This is Memphis Mark coming to you from Mullet Manor. And man, oh man, did we have us an NXT last, say, 4 days. We had deadline Saturday, and then, of course, we have this show tonight. Now, we had some storms, we had some bad weather all down here through Tennessee this weekend, so couldn't really do what I normally would have liked to have done, which is a little deadline show. So I figured I would just, everybody has probably seen, if you haven't seen it, this is a go back and watch, because you had, even their kickoff match with Axiom and Nathan Frazier was freaking great. That was that rematch from when the ladies fought all the way in and broke it up before. The CM Punk coming out in the HBK gear and supposedly had missed his flight so they did a selfie. It was a little odd take, but still another reason to go back and watch. Rey Mysterio at the desk when Dragon Lee takes the belt from Dom. So new North American champ. Then the Iron Survivor Challenge matches. The ladies and the men. You had Trick win it for the men, and Blair win it for the ladies. So really, really good show. The steel cage match, Kiana James ends up winning that one because of Izzy Dane, and and then Baron and Dragunov. Good match, man. I mean, this is all stuff to go back and watch. Dragunov, of course, wins that, and it all leads up to the show tonight. So for the 12/12 NXT review, leading up to New Year's Evil, they start off with Melo's been jumped after doing the little review, and that's going to come up later. So Melo jumped. Supposedly his knee is hurt, and they do a little. Cora Jade comes out and does, a good little promo, and then Lyra comes out, and then of course Blair's got to come out, and they all start throwing down. So Nikita has got to come out and even it out, and that is the reason for the match a little later. And then they go straight in and do a Briggs and Jensen. A little promo, and then metaphor, and of course we're going to have a fight, which means we're going to have a match. Yeah, so they go directly in to a mixed tag team match, and of course you're going to have Briggs, Jensen, and Valen Henry going against a Lash Legend, Mensa, and Noam. And look, to go back to the Iron Survivor Challenge match at Deadline, Lash, all right, get this, if you saw it, you know it, but Lash body slams Otis. If you haven't seen it, that's worth going back and watching. Just for that. This match is good. Lash, they keep showcasing her strength, and she's getting better and better, and I can definitely see where they're going to build with her for sure. But you're going to have Briggs and Jensen and Fallon win this. But still pretty good little match there. And go back and watch this one. So then they've got Mello in the trainer's room, and he's been cleared. So we'll have him in the tournament coming up, or in the match coming up this weekend. So, and then they go into a showcase of all the breakout tournament guys. Bunch of Division One athletes, a showcase of the new era they're trying to create, and they're going to have rounds in this. So they're going to have round 1 and 2 tonight, and tonight it's Miles Bourne. It's been around with Gulak and Dempsey and the whatever they call themselves, the new, I don't know, whatever. And this gentleman, Alba, is it Alba Fimi, but a Alabama shot putter, I believe, or whatever, but a freaking specimen, man. They are going to, if this guy wants to be a professional wrestler, he will be a professional wrestler. He just, the match is good. It is good. Actually, Miles Bourne, puts on a good show in this, but this Femi, man, he's a monster of a guy. So, we will see what the future holds for him, for sure. But then they're going to have that North American Championship match between Dragon Lee, and he is taking on all challengers like Wes Lee, like he gives a tribute to. That he's doing it because Wes Lee did it, and he wants to be, somewhat in the statue of Wes Lee. Still trying to keep him in the spotlight some. So who's going to take this championship match? Well, folks, it's Tyler Bate and the big strong boy. But Tyler Bate and Dragon Lee. You know what you're going to get with Tyler, and we're learning more and more what we're going to get with Dragon Lee. But man, good match. Another go back and watch her. Dragon Lee, what did Booker T say? I think Booker T said, when you get the title on you, you become 13% better. It's something to that effect. And hey, he was 13% better today. So yes, he gets the pin over the big strong boy. And so it's good, but then they go into the oddest promo of the night. You got Lexis King outside of HBK's office, and Ava's out there, and she's I guess matchmaking. The matchmaking young lady there is saying that when they were introducing the breakout guys, right towards the end, Lexis King runs out and he hits one of the guys upside the head. Oops, upside the head, yeah. And he knocks him out. Well, he gets put in the breakout tournament now. So I guess, some of these guys are like real rookies, like they just signed within months. But they are great athletes or whatever, but still, you can be a great athlete and then you get in that ring and try to do what those guys did in a 25-minute match. I mean, back in my day, we used to have, I'd see guys go an hour. You might see that twice on one card. But nowadays, 25 minutes is a long time, because these guys look great, but cardio. So, that's the way that goes. So Lexis he's now in the breakout tournament, and the way he, let's say, talks to Ava, it's just even funnier. But anyway, after that, they're going to have kind of like their revenge match. And it ends up being the most interesting match of the night because it's Dijak going against Eddie Thorpe. And, they've had a little run-in, and of course, Eddie Thorpe did this, got the strap, the bad strap before, and then, he comes back and maybe, just maybe, cost Dijak the Iron Survivor Challenge match. So they're a little ticked at each other, and man, they started off like it, and the match is pretty good now. Dijak's definitely got more experience than at least in the WWE, I can say, than Eddie Thorpe, but Eddie Thorpe's holding his own. They keep doing some great moves. They get to the outside. Eddie gets slammed on the desk, and then Dijak's going to throw him into the stairs, but we have a reversal. So Dijak goes into the steps, and apparently he doesn't catch himself right because he busts himself open. I mean, like blood on NXT? Womp, womp, womp. I mean, it's and what's so funny, he's bleeding upside the head. Ain't nobody talking about it. You don't hear Vic or Booker T mention it at one time at all. So he's busted open. And so they're going to carry on with the match. True professionals. And Dijak realizes he's busted open. He tries to position himself a couple of times, it looked like to me, out of camera view, so that would not be on camera view, and the match could go on. So they get back in the ring, and then he picks Thorpe up. He's going to drive him into the turnbuckle, and the freaking turnbuckle busts off. So now Dijak's bleeding. The top turnbuckle is gone, and everybody's kind of stunned. Now, if this was a work, it's a freaking good one, but I truly think the thing broke, and Dijak, being a actually professional, what do you do in a situation like that? I mean, you're bleeding, you're trying not to do, this is your time on TV, this is important for your career. Well, you pick up the turnbuckle and you beat the crap out of the person. That's what you do. They were trying to focus on Eddie Thorpe's ribs anyway. Well, take the turnbuckle and beat the crap out of him. And that's what he proceeded to do, folks. Then he gets out of the ring. He gets disqualified. He gets out of the ring, heading up the ramp. And I guess he's realizing he's not like pouring blood or nothing like that. But he's a big guy, so he's got a canvas to paint on there. But he jumps back in and gets the angle over, because he picks him up and slams him on the remaining middle turnbuckle. And so that's how they end it. So the guy bleeding and probably needing stitches walks out, and the other gentleman they help carry out because of his ribs. So interesting angle. We will see what they do with it. Now, this is what I thought was a little odd. They do the freaking Chase You promo, okay? They're in, Duke, the JC, the whole crew in the classroom, and they're trying to raise money to pay this debt, right? So they have like a bake sale, raises like $50-$60. Have like a car wash. They said it raises like $200 or $300. Don't see where this is going to work out, right? Well, Duke gets a couple of clever lines. All good. But then, out of nowhere, Reggie or Scripps or whatever the heck he is. But who presents a very, very interesting, I would say, camera case, but supposedly, I'm guessing, full of money. And he's saying that he's got a proposal. So I know the guys he's representing, they're trying to do, yes, those are two, guys that could definitely go far, and maybe they don't have the mic skills yet. So they're using Reggie for this, but I hope they're going somewhere good with this, because now they brought him into Chase U's shenanigans or debacle, whatever you want to call it. But we'll see where they go from there. But yeah, and then of course, since they're having the match and everything, they got to have Cora Jade and Blair, which Cora Jade did make. She came out on Deadline, and Lyra's through with her match, and she nails her from behind, and lets everyone know, presents herself and saying that she is back. And then in this promo, in her earlier promo, she was like, we were all tweeting and wanted her back or whatever it was for 4 months. But anyway, they do. Blair and Cora do a promo together, and they do it in a good manner, meaning I could see them fighting later. It's like they're just partners because of circumstance. So, all right, so we go into the second round of the breakout tournament, and it's Keanu Carver and Riley Osborne representing Chase U. So, and this Carver gentleman, a lineman, I think they said, with Temple University. I would have seen him. That's the conference I follow my Memphis Tigers in. So Temple was in our conference back then. So I'll have to look him up. But I will say, he's a strong son of a gun. And he has a future. If he wants to be a wrestler, he can be it. Now, this Riley Osborne, British guy, does all the flips and flops, can jump around really good. But I gotta say, this Carver does the pounce. Does the bounce and knocks my man out of his boots. And he does a fall away all right, so get this right. He does a fall away slam on Mr. Riley, but doesn't do the fall away. He just junks him. So yeah, definitely a future star if he wants to be, and he puts in the time. But yeah, Mr. Riley gets to, or Mr. Osborne, I guess I should say, gets to. Right after that big pounce too, he gets up and does a shooting star finish and wins the match. Kind of let down to me there. I just yeah, okay. I mean, alrighty, okay. Well, I'm not a writer, so we go to a little promo they did with Dragon Lee. And he gets confronted by like Gulak and Kemp and Dipsy and Bourne and they're all they're wanting to put themselves in line for the match if he's going to continue doing the Wesley type challenge to where he does an open challenge each week. So they put themselves in line, but did not tell him which one of the gambling ghouls they will be using. And then they use a really odd little promo there with Thea and Mr. Riley through with his match, and Thea runs down and is kind of talking to him and possibly in a weird kind of way flirting, and and JC James kind of lurking in a weird kind of way. Lurking, and I can see on down the road. But you did have Kiana James and her sidekick coming in, so an angle there, But you're going to have the Nikita Lyons and Alara Valkyra, the ladies' champs, going against Cora Jade and Blair Davenport. And this was a good match. It's Nikita Lyons is just coming back. And, Blair put her on the shelf, so you got that angle. And you got Cora hitting Lyra, oops, side the head. So, the match is what you thought it would be. Good match. Go back and watch her. But they bring Tatum Paxley. Somebody's riding her a good spot because she keeps showing up. But kind of an odd match, and Cora and Blair are going to end up winning this match. But Cora kind of gets to scoop in after Blair does all the work and, take credit for it. So I can definitely see an angle there, so angles here, angles there, angles everywhere. And that match was pretty good. So, man, so far tonight, NXT has stepped up so much over the last, I'd say, 4 months for sure. The writing, it's just everything seems to be more crisp. They're putting the right people in the ring together, getting the right storylines. So, doing pretty good there. So what do we got here? We got, we had Tatum Paxley coming out being weird, and then you do a little spot with Hank and Tank, talking about they need that match with Gallus coming up, and so Gallus happens to pop up there and kind of makes a little fun of them, and they're do that little testosterone stare, but they're standing next to a box, just a box. That's all you see is a big wooden box, like a crate on a pallet. And so Hank and Tank say what they're going to say, and they storm off or walk off, and Gallus is just getting ready to talk, and then they hear a horn from a forklift. And who might be driving that forklift? Well, we ain't seen Joe Gacy all night, so we had to have a Joe Gacy appearance. And they're keeping him in the storyline. If he is a little hurt, I could see that. He's a little hurt, but he can still get out there and do a little bit. So maybe they're changing, everything up. Guess we'll just have to wait and see. But after the debacle in the ring, they can't really do anything in the ring anymore. So they're going to have Trick and Dragunov out there talking, about their upcoming match at New Year's Eve. And they do good, both of them. It's kind of a glad hand. They're both kind of, talking good, because Dragunov has got to come out after you hear, whoop that Trick, which I've said many a times. Brings me a little closer to Memphis every time I hear that. I love that. Little 3-6 up in the house. But, so Dragunov and Trick have a good little, little something going on. And then, out of nowhere, you have Mello. Because Mello don't miss. But Mello comes out. And he had said earlier that he was going to confront who had jumped him. So he, Trick's trying to be polite, going, look, man, this ain't the time. This is my time right now, and you're kind of interrupting, and he's like, hey, said I was going to confront. So he confronts Dragunov. And of course, Dragunov laughs it off. but they play, good little angle out there, and then he comes back with to Trick, pretty much saying that maybe the guy that got hurt earlier, Mello, because he don't miss, maybe he didn't get hit. Maybe he was faking it, planting a seed, creating a angle. And so you've got the kind of weird standoff there. So right towards the end, Mello just goes a little out of character, but he's like, we need to take something from Dragunov, because he took something from you, and talking about Trick, and something from him. So he goes to snatch that belt, man. He was gonna snatch that belt, and he tried to snatch that belt, and when he tried to snatch that belt, Dragunov let go, and you know what happened? Mello hit Trick upside the head with the belt. And so yeah, that's how the show kind of ends. It kind of ends with the crowd going, Mello is guilty. Mello did it. Character change. Mello and Trick upcoming. They let Dragunov keep the belt. Somehow Mello gets involved in this match at New Year's Eve, and it creates a feud that could go a couple of premium live events with Mello and Trick. A lot of things, a lot of angles that can be worked out there. So, wow, good show. The premium live event deadline was pretty good there. So, yeah, you might want to go check them both out. I must say. So, I'm going to look over these notes here, and I'm a little also confused. We had the bad weather this week, and then my last puppy was adopted tonight. So I'm very happy that Babs is going to a new home, but I'm a little sad. So anyway, we'll take it from there. All right, looks like I've got everything done here. So, well, I guess we'll just do it like we did. Yes, I did mention that Lash body slammed Otis, and really, they got so much they can do with her. The future is so bright. She's got to wear shades. But all right, then we will end this now in the way we do it every week. Folks, if you can, get out there and do a little something at the rescue. Maybe this is the giving time of the year, so if you can donate to a local shelter there, I'm sure they would be appreciative. Spay new to your own, and go out there and get you a puppy. If you can, if you're set up and it's feasible in your life, go rescue one. There's some great breeders out there, but man, I've had so much luck with that really cool breed called a rescue. All right, guys, that's going to be it from Memphis Mark here at Mullet Manor. And as always, I appreciate you taking the time out of your week just to listen. We love you. Check out some of the other shows. And this is Memphis Mark, and I'm telling you, we're out.
Thanks for listening to the WWE Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcast app so you don't miss a show, or head to WWEpodcast.com. And for all of these shows ad-free, head over to patreon.com/WWE Podcast. Until then, we'll see you next time.